For most of the 20th century, the math on financial security made sense. You acquired a formal education, earned a degree, and set yourself up for a stable, lifelong career. You found a large company, claimed a desk, and you stayed there. In exchange, that organization provided long-term predictability, consistent raises, and a pension that would carry you safely through retirement. But for a growing number of people, that guaranteed path has quietly evaporated. Industries automate, companies restructure without warning. The floor simply moves. When you rely on a single traditional job, your income is tied entirely to one employer's decisions. The baseline conditions of the economy have changed, making a single paycheck a hidden financial risk rather than a safe bet. Structurally, a traditional job is a single point of failure. Your livelihood flows through one narrow bottleneck, dependent on one employer. Generating income directly from the market creates resilience. You build multiple connections to diverse clients. If one leaves, the system holds. Real financial security means removing that single point of failure entirely. It means relying on your own self-directed output instead of waiting for a single company to value your labor. Not every skill translates into this kind of independence. A valuable digital skill has to meet strict criteria. It solves a real business problem, it can be delivered remotely, and it produces results you can actually show. We are looking at practical abilities, things like direct response copywriting, data analysis, or search engine optimization, which is the process of improving a website so it ranks higher in search results. The value isn't in mastering a specific piece of software, because those tools change constantly. The value is your ability to produce an outcome that a business actually needs, but cannot easily achieve internally. A skill only creates a sustainable income stream when you use it to target and eliminate an ongoing pain point for a real client. When people start out, they often assume they need to find one perfect magic skill or become the absolute top-tier expert in a single field to earn money. A far more reliable strategy is skill stacking. This involves combining 2 or 3 related, average-level skills to create rare value. Individually, writing, basic design, and simple ad management are common, but combined, they offer a complete, functional solution. This stack also acts as a built-in protective mechanism. If a specific task becomes automated, the rest of your skills still hold value, making it very easy to pivot your services. The modern market rarely rewards isolated, specialized commodities. It heavily rewards people who can deliver holistic, finished projects. Early on, your biggest roadblock is a lack of proof. Businesses are naturally cautious about handing money to someone with no track record, regardless of how capable you actually are. If your skills only exist in your head, they are functionally invisible to the market. Invisible skills have zero financial value. You bypass this by building proof before you have paying clients. You rapidly create unattached sample projects, do mock-ups, or offer discounted work just to generate tangible examples of your abilities. Once that visible proof exists, you can monetize it through 3 realistic paths: freelance platforms, direct outreach to specific businesses, and eventually referrals from your early clients. Keep your expectations grounded here. Initial projects will likely be small and priced well below what you will charge later. That early client work is entirely about compounding your visible proof and building a reputation. The real financial payout comes later. A traditional salary has a rigid mathematical limitation. You trade a fixed amount of your time for a wage dictated by your employer, with very little leverage to change the equation. Independent digital income operates differently. As your reputation grows, you raise your rates and take on multiple clients without asking for anyone's approval. This graph illustrates the difference between a flat, linear salary trajectory and the steep, compounding curve of independent assets. Successful independent workers eventually detach their earnings from their personal hours by building productized services or hiring small teams. The true value of digital skills is the eventual ability to scale your earning capacity far beyond your personal time limits. Learning a valuable skill to a professional standard typically takes months of highly focused practice. Replacing a full-time paycheck with your own independent income usually takes 1 to several years of consistent, unglamorous effort. You are actively trading the short-term certainty of a regular paycheck for the long-term, resilient independence of owning your income. It is a slow process, but over time, it is one of the few accessible paths available to permanently put the control of your financial future back in your own hands.